Good morning, friends. It's Heather at Bush Poppy Farm. I hope you're doing well. Today we are doing a seed haul from Hudson Valley Seeds. I just discovered Hudson Valley Seeds last season, and the reason I discovered them is I was served some ad on social media at some point of their beautiful artwork on these seed packets. Now they're in New York State, and generally I like to buy things as close to me as possible. I'm in California, to save a bit on the carbon footprint, but by buying these seeds, I'm also supporting artists who created the seed packets. And the seed packets are loaded with information, and they have some interesting varieties that I haven't found other places. So let's get started on the seed haul. If you are interested in Hudson Valley Seeds, I will link them below. You can check them out. They have just some really cool stuff. Okay, we're gonna start with vegetables. Not all of these are art packs, but I will show you what an art pack looks like. So here's what the seed packet itself looks like. This is the Baby Radicchio blend. And it says this mix delivers strong, tasty notes among milder greens. And then it tells you it's got planting tips and stuff like that. But the cool thing is, so it's got a big sticker on the back that has planting information. You take that sticker off. Oh, this one didn't come off easily because the packet has been probably heat and cooled too often. Okay. And then it opens up, and you've got this whole piece of art here, in addition to the seeds themselves in a packet with lots of info on them, which is awesome, and information inside as well. So just really fun, a lot of cool stuff to read that tells you all about the artist of this particular pack, as well as all kinds of things about that particular crop. So really, really fun stuff and super enjoyable. I have now a collection of these. They sell most of their art packs you can buy as like note cards and prints as well. So if you find one that you really love, you can always get it to frame it. But I know I want to do something with all of the art packs that I already have from last season. So I don't know, I'm still trying to come up with maybe a collage, or like you would do an album wall. I might do like a photo frame of all the art packs in, because they're all square. I don't know, but they're so beautiful. I definitely don't want to throw them away. So, Radicchio, I'll be sowing this week. All right, then I have, these are all, okay, the next two are not art packs, but they are vegetables I'm going to sow this week as well. This one is new to me. It's kailan, or Chinese broccoli. And it says it looks like broccoli, broccolini, or broccoli rabe, but they are more sweet and snappy than most brassicas. It is a brassica though. And then of course it's cut and come again, which is awesome. All right, so that'll be sown. And then I have another broccoli. This one's called solstice broccoli. It's an early variety, so it only 70 days to maturity. So I'm hoping that I can actually get some broccoli before we get any heat by sowing it this week. All right, then the rest of these, the next three vegetables are summer. This one is homemade pickles. I do have, this was one of my favorite cucumbers this past season. So I'm going to be growing it again because I used up all the seeds, I think, and so I got some more. Homemade pickles, really, really yummy. They're great for fresh eating, but also for pickling, as the name indicates. And then I have a sweet corn here called Ashworth sweet corn. There's 100 seeds in this packet, which is way more than I need, and it's 75 days to maturity. So that's pretty awesome. It's a super sweet corn. So I'm looking forward to getting those to grow and tasting them. And then I do have another art pack vegetable here. This one is, actually it's a fruit, Aunt Molly's ground cherry. Never grown ground cherries before, but there's always a first time. Okay, moving on to flowers. I have a lot of art packs here. It was hard for me when I ordered all this stuff to not just get every art pack they had, but I don't need all of those. So I did show some restraint. Okay, But some packs, I have 3 packs that are not art packs here, but they do have nice pictures. So this one is just plain old, good old-fashioned echinacea. For me, these are short-lived perennials, so I do like to start them every year. And so this one will get started this coming week as well. And then I have one called Velvet Queen. It's a sunflower. It doesn't say whether it is a single stem or a branching. Doesn't matter to me. They'll still be beautiful and I can still use them for cuts. So this one, looking forward to. And then another that I grow all the time. I absolutely love this perennial. It smells amazing. The pollinators love it, and I think it's beautiful. This is Anise hyssop. Okay, now moving on to the art packs. So the first one I have is a poppy that you've probably heard of. This is Mother of Pearl, but I couldn't resist. Look how gorgeous that is. So these I'm going to direct sow. I have actually a number of poppy seeds that I'm going to direct sow in addition to the ones I've already direct sown. So we're going to do a very early spring sowing of these. So that's why I've got those. And then I have, let's see if I have another poppy in here. No, okay. Then I've got this pansy mix. I love violas, and they're just fun and adorable. So this is a nice little mix. And I plan on using this in containers on our back deck. And they're great. They'll just continue to produce blooms, hot or cold. Now, I ordered a different snapdragon than I've ever grown before. This is the Rembrandt snapdragon. And it's red with kind of a yellow beard. And I think it'll be really cool. So I need some snapdragons because the ones that I planted out at the farm, probably half of them or maybe a third of them just aren't thriving. And so I'm going to start more, and we'll just replace the ones that aren't thriving with seedlings that are. So that's starting this week as well. And then this is one I have not grown, but I've heard a lot of people like it as a filler. It's Corinth, and it's got purple blooms. The pollinators really love it. And you can direct sow this or sow indoors. And I'm going to sow everything I possibly can as seedlings because direct sowing is hard to keep them safe while they are growing up from germination to a decent size. Okay, and then I got another dahlia seed. This one is called Dandy Collarette. Again, just loving this artwork. This is a low-growing dahlia, so this is not going to be a cut flower. This is going to go in my cottage garden. It's a really showy one, and it's short. It's more like a little front of the hedge dahlia. So I'm looking forward to that. And then 2 more here. This one, Dyer's Coreopsis. It has a special place in my heart. I like Coreopsis, just as for the wildflower aspects of it, but Coreopsis is the reason I got into growing cut flowers. I had been a knitwear designer, knitwear meaning I knit. I design patterns for knitted items, clothing, etc. And I still do that, but I don't do it, I just do it for me. But I was also dyeing my own yarns, and so I would buy a whole bunch of skeins of undyed wool and then dye them with plants. And so instead of continuing to buy a lot of extracts, I thought, I wonder if I could grow these myself and extract them, extract the dyes and use them and dye my own stuff. And it turns out, yes, you can. And the more I fell down the rabbit hole of dyeing fibers with plants, the more things I wanted to grow and test. And then I started wondering, can I make a living growing cut flowers? And it turns out you can. So that is why this one is so special to me, so important, because it was the one that kicked off this whole new phase of my gardening life that became farming. Okay, and then this one is another viola, but it's tiny. We call them Johnny Jump Ups when they're this small, but super cute. Again, these are going to go in containers and just kind of sprinkled around. And I can put some of them in the front in the cottage garden as well. Okay, final 2 packages. These are mixes, garden mixes. They have a whole bunch of amazing gardening mixes. Actually, the first one that I ever bought, in fact, the ad that caught me was one called the Goth Shade Garden Mix. And it's really cool artwork and really beautiful flowers in that mix. And so I have 2 more mixes here. This one is called the Shade Garden Mix. It has Chinese Forget-Me-Not, which is Cyanoglossom, Chinese Houses, Baby Blue Eyes, 5-Spot, and Larkspur, and they're all between 12 and 18 inches tall. And some of these, 5-Spot and Baby Blue Eyes, are native of California. So yeah, these, even though this is a scatter pack, like you could just scatter them around, I'll probably start these in 6-packs so that I have collections of plants that I can then separate and plant out. And then the final mix I have here is the Midnight Garden Mix. Now this idea is that it's things that bloom at night. So you've got your lovely little owl on there. These are blooms that come up from dusk to dawn. And they also attract night pollinators because they are scented. So you get beautiful moths and other night pollinators like bats and things that come to your garden. So I'm excited about this one as well. Again, very full packet. There's 500 seeds in this packet. So, you know, you're paying a little bit more for the artwork, but in my opinion, it's worth it because you're supporting artists and you're getting a lot of seeds to boot with some really cool mixes. So I know that was a short video for the day, but I wanted to share all those seeds with you before I start some of them. I'm going to be doing some seed starting maybe later today, but today's another headache day. We are in full moon time, and so that's when I get a lot of headaches. It's around the full moon. Unfortunately, so does Aiden. So it's just part of our life, and we plan for that by having our not as active days on the days when we're most likely going to get migraines. All right, thanks so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed that little journey into Hudson Valley Seeds. They have some beautiful artwork, and I think you would love just perusing their website. You'll really enjoy it. I hope you have a wonderful time in your garden. Let me know below where you are getting your seeds from. I still get most of my farming seeds from Johnny's, and vegetables and stuff I either get through Botanical Interests for the most part, or Johnny's. So those are my 2 main seed sources, but it's really fun to purchase these. Again, have a great time in your garden, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.